Underneath your patient demographics, you will find the chart notes section. In the chart notes section, you will be able to search a specific chart note that you had already created with that specific patient, or you can just scroll down and look at all the other chart notes that have been created. In the chart notes section, you have a print all button where you can select all or specific chart notes to print. This is going to be helpful if you need to send medical records. It will give you the status of the chart note. If it's unlocked, it means it has not been finalized. If there is a teal lock with a check mark, means it's been finalized. It will give you the name and the date and the time that you created that chart note. Once you select the specific chart notes to print, you click print, and it will download those chart notes for you. You also have a plus sign, which is to create a new chart note. If you click on that, it will ask you to choose from the templates that you have created in your EHR settings. I'm just going to select the Myers cocktail for now. I'm going to click next. Every chart note has an option for you to print, to clone, or to delete if it has not been finalized. You can also add internal notes for quick access. And if you have a chart note open, you can compare from previous chart notes. You will find the compare feature very helpful with, for example, I opened an office visit that I am still charting on, but I can come in and compare an office visit that has been finalized by clicking compare. And I can copy and paste information if I need to, just look at the addendums if there was any internal notes. And so this way it helps you stay consistent to what you're doing with that specific patient. Once you're done comparing, you can close and the widget will auto-populate again. When you have a chart note open, you have a menu bar on top that allows you to print the chart note, clone the chart note. You can delete the chart note if it has not been finalized. You can save it. And just so you know, our software now allows you to auto-save chart notes so that you don't lose data. If you lose your internet and you keep typing, you might be able to lose data because it's not connected to the internet, so be careful with that. Make sure your internet connection is always stable. But otherwise, if you do have good internet, you will be able to chart on your patient, and then you have to make sure that after you're done charting, you click save so that it saves it completely. So although you have an autosave feature, the autosave feature is only in case you walk away, you have to switch to another patient, etc. You still have to click the save button. You don't have to do it every 5-10 minutes. You can just do it at the end of when you're done charting. You can also assign it to a specific provider. This feature is going to be useful for MAs or anyone who is creating your chart notes prior to your patient appointment. Anyone can go in and collect vitals and enter all of the information in the widget. And once they're done prepping your patient, they can go ahead and click on this icon and assign it to another staff or to another provider. Another option is you can finalize the note, but just make sure that you understand that once you finalize the note, you are not going to be able to edit it. You can create addendums, but that's it. You cannot edit it. You cannot call us to change the status of it or to modify something in the chart note. If there are changes, you have to create an addendum. And then you can also send it to a supervisor. This is going to be very helpful for NPs, for any other type of practitioners that do need a signature from a supervisor for whatever purposes. You can go ahead and click send to supervisor after you're done with your chart note. Send it to that specific supervisor. The supervisor will then open your chart note, look at it, make any annotations in it, either send it back to you so that you can make the changes and then finalize it, or just keep sending it back and forth until your chart note is according to your supervisor's standards. You also have the option to enable print sections or disable print sections. So if, for example, you like to print the plans, you can just disable all the other fields in your chart note and just click on enable print on your plan. And then you can either print it or you can email it to your patient. If the patient has an email in their patient's profile, you can simply click send. Let's go ahead and send it, and let me show you how that works. And so there you go. It'll have the information, the patient's information, and then the plan that you're sending to the patient. You also have the capability, if, for example, in this case, this is a really long text that you would rather see at a glance without having to scroll. If you click on the bottom of that text field, you can expand your text field so that it shows everything, or you can hide it depending on what you're needing to do. One of my outside recommendations is that if you are struggling with spelling or you have Grammarly in your browser or are subscribed to Grammarly, you can open Grammarly into your text field for your spelling needs. As you are going to be charting on a patient and you're typing, if you notice your menu bar at the top, your plus sign, your patient search is disabled and other icons are disabled as well. Why is that? This is to prevent from you typing something and then having to walk away from it without clicking save. Remember, the autosave feature only works if for whatever reason you were typing and your power goes out, your computer turns off, your computer freezes, whatever other reason there could be from preventing you having to click the save button. So you have to remember that if it's disabled and you can't do anything, all you have to do is you have to click save and your icons become active again. If you need to change or modify an existing template, you cannot do it directly from the chart notes section because this is what you're using for patients. But you can save your chart note, exit out of that specific template, and come to your EHR settings, which is this icon here. I'm going to click on that, and you can search by name. You can browse, show multiple, you can navigate through different pages, and whatever chart note you're going to want to edit, you just basically click on the pencil right on that line item. And then you can make the changes that you want. You can add more fields, you can cancel the changes, you can preview to show how it's going to print, and you can save.